What do insanely wealthy people buy that ordinary people know nothing about? Well, there are 6 different levels of wealth, and at each level things change drastically. In this video, we'll take a look at what life is like from someone who is comfortable to the upper end of uber billionaire. So stay tuned as I reveal the life that lies behind the levels of wealth. Before we start, I want to ask a question. Is money important in life? A simple question, yet we all know the answer. Yes, money is important for everyone. Money is important because it allows you to live a better life. Having money and being financially secure also provides you with the flexibility and alternatives to choose how you want to spend your life and support the things that are most important to you. But you know, money really isn't everything. And as you go further up the ladder, you will see that there is absolutely nobody that has it all. So let's look at the first level of wealth. So level 1 is when you're earning $200,000 or more per annum, and you're probably worth in the region of $1 to $5 million. This puts you into the top 1% of earners globally. If you speak with the people earning this though, it's likely their costs are very high, and to maintain their lifestyle, they are probably still working a full-time job, and although they feel well off, they probably won't feel that comfortable. Don't get me wrong, this is a very good position to be in, but it's really just the beginning of the journey. So the next level of wealth is a net worth of $10 million to $30 million. At this level, your basic necessities are covered. You'll be able to live in comfort, you live in a nice house. You frequently fly overseas in first class. You may reserve a $2,000 suite for a particular event. You can afford any type of treatment you require, and no financial emergency may ruin your life. However, you're not wealthy in the sense that money does not matter. With major judgments, you still need to be prudent and cautious. And you're still not considered ultra high net worth in the financial industry. And that gets us to the next level. Level 3, $30 million to $100 million. At this stage, you enter the major leagues, and you almost certainly operate or own a huge corporation. You constantly stay in 5-star hotels and have properties all around the world where you may stay. You travel on vacation during peak season, such as to the Monaco Grand Prix or the Cannes Film Festival. You have personal assistants and are beginning to have people who others must speak to before they reach you. You can buy everything that ordinary people consider to be privileged. For example, you could buy the most expensive jewelry that money can buy. You travel in a private jet rather than first class. Also, your social circle starts to alter significantly at this level. You most likely socialize with members of Congress, senators, and local authorities. You're probably well known in certain upper crust circles. Surprisingly, even being surrounded by other ultra wealthy individuals, you may still feel you don't have enough. This leads us to the next level of wealth, $100 million to $1 billion. To be at this level, you most certainly own or run a company that the majority of the public has heard of, even if they haven't heard of you personally. You can probably associate with movie stars, music stars, and business elite at this stage. You can go pretty much everywhere you want, and you're always looking good doing it. You have many properties with personnel all across the world, each with an exceptional car, if that's your thing. Or you might own your own island. Almost every experience you can imagine is possible. Do you want to play tennis with your favorite tennis player? You can probably play a game with him for a gift of $100,000 or give some more to his charity. Do you want your favorite band to perform at your private event? Do you like art? You could arrange for the curator of the Louvre to walk you around and show you the certain treasures that haven't been displayed for years. If you can imagine something, you can probably have it. When you have hundreds of millions of dollars to spend, you may engage individuals to locate the most expensive versions of products conceivable. For example, there was an Australian firm who made 22 karat gold toilet paper at the cost of over $1.3 million. How about a 24 karat gold water bottle, which is a work of a designer art in itself and contains spring water from France and Fiji, as well as glacial water from Iceland. Crazy! At this level, it's not about purchasing the most expensive and luxury product. It's also about obtaining the rarest and most exclusive items possible. The only true limit is what is accessible in your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications bell. If you want to boost your path along this journey, click the link below and get more details. The real change of league happens when you become a billionaire. It's interesting to note that the number of billionaires on Forbes annual rich list, with around 2,755 acknowledged billionaires. Forbes estimates that these billionaires are worth a total of 13.1 trillion, making them more wealthy than the world's poorest 5 billion people combined. Level 5. $1 billion to $10 billion. So now that we've established the scale of $1 billion, let's look and see what you can do with it. Because in essence, you can buy anything, and by anything, I mean anything. We're not simply talking about expensive products and experiences anymore. You can now purchase access. You can request your team contact practically anyone on the earth and receive a call back. It's remarkable how much access and respect $1 billion can gain you. Where you could ask your team to contact anyone within an hour, they'd be able to accomplish it. Doesn't just work with celebrities, it also works with prominent individuals in politics, especially if the billionaire is a donor to their political party. As a result, if you're a billionaire, you may occasionally meet and converse with leaders of state. That leads us to the second thing $1 billion can buy. Due to your riches and contacts, you can undoubtedly impact major changes in the globe, and not only on a political level, because impact may also be purchased through generosity and charity. Your money has a potential to transform the lives of many others. The question is, how will it be distributed? Villages with safe drinking water, funding for new hospitals, curing an entire disease like malaria, attempting to preserve a threatened animal species. You can influence practically everything you want with money. However, one of the most significant characteristics amongst billionaires that is sometimes underestimated is their capacity to practically purchase time. You literally do not have to wait for anything. There are no lines, there will be no idleness. However, believe it or not, there are certain drawbacks to being so wealthy. To begin with, regular emotional interactions are very difficult to maintain at this level. It might be challenging to have friends and family that accept you for who you are. They exist, but it's difficult to tell which ones are real, because your environment is probably full with yes people and individuals looking to take advantage of anything they can get from you. Your trust and relationships with others will surely be tested. Dating can also be an odd experience. On the one hand, some of the most beautiful and intelligent women around the world are at parties and your events, but finding someone with whom you have a genuine connection is a different story. Level 6. If you have a net worth of $10 billion or more, your life is essentially the same as that of a powerful head of state. Unless you're a king or the president of a very wealthy nation, your life is practically inconceivable. Consider Saudi Arabia's King Salman or Thailand's king. Money, time, desires, needs, nothing matters, and nothing stands in your way or is out of reach. You own an airline rather than private aircraft. You control the electronic car market rather than just having a fleet of cars. You are the owner of a military force. But behind these gigantic amounts of power, no amount of money can provide you with everything. Sorry to say this, but money cannot buy you immortality, although it certainly will buy you many more comforts than if you are poor. Let's put this in perspective now. If you have access to an internet connection, food in the fridge, a roof over your head, and a place to sleep, you are richer than 75% of the world's population. We've looked at various levels of wealth in this video, but the fact that you're viewing this indicates that you're nowhere near the bottom of the whole wealth pyramid. Even if you have $1 right now, you are wealthier than the vast majority of the world's population, who are either in debt or have nothing. The real takeaways from this video are: wealth is always relative. There is always someone more wealthy. Be grateful for what you have, as truly there are some people who are significantly worse off. So here are two questions to finish with. Which level of success do you think sounds most appealing, and which level are you aiming for? Thank you for sticking with me all the way to the end. Take care, stay safe, I'll catch up with you soon.